Hello everyone, I'm Yash. I'm a year 12 student living in Dubai working on projects using predictive AI. And me and my team had the frankly amazing opportunity to work with Microsoft on this project. So before I start, I really wanted to go into our team's approach when it comes to this challenge. We realized that AI is a growing market, and with growth comes waste, especially at the rate at which AI is growing. So when we looked into this, we were really thinking along the lines of how can we help Microsoft sustain growth until our market is stabilized, and at that point have our solution be the building blocks to a sustainable future. So looking from that lens, we really discovered how little flexibility Microsoft has with Azure data centers and how it's really limiting performance and growth while also not allowing for greener solutions to be implemented. This is because Microsoft wants to minimize disruption to existing client processes, with availability being a number one priority. This means Microsoft wants to upgrade or remove a data center, even if just temporarily, they're temporarily pausing or disrupting processes that clients need access to. And this is important. Pausing processes would do a lot of damage to Azure, as downtime would damage client needs beyond just Microsoft's. As a result, ends up having to work around the constraint availability and ends up misprioritizing their use of resources. They will avoid options that would disrupt availability, even if those options provide maximal value for the other metrics that Microsoft cares about, such as energy efficiency and performance. You can see this immediately in Microsoft's approach to data center scaling, with Microsoft preferring to add on to existing inefficient data centers with new rigs as compared to upgrading those are inefficient, as it would require temporary closing the upgraded data centers, leading to availability loss for the processes running on those systems. As a result, Microsoft only updates its hardware every 5 to 7 years to minimize client process disruption, despite it leaving their data centers more inefficient and less powerful. This is super detrimental for Microsoft's performance goals, and also their ability to be energy efficient. Transistors, the elements within the chips, have gotten 27% more powerful and 58% more energy efficient over the last 5 years. Even the power input for the same output has been halved in that same amount of time. Essentially, by ignoring the inefficient hardware and building on top of it, Microsoft is ignoring the huge opportunity they have to not only improve performance, but also be more energy efficient and not only lower running costs, but also be more sustainable. And with resources being one of the number one limiting factors for growth within regions such as Singapore and Japan, we need to be as efficient as possible with the resources we do have. And additive scaling approaches don't allow for that, at least in their pure form. So Microsoft is essentially playing a game of Jenga where they add new blocks to the top while ignoring the rotting ones at the bottom. So when we were looking into this, our team was really exploring how we can give Microsoft the freedom to be flexible with data center processes without sacrificing availability. If we could just reallocate data center workloads from one data center to another, even if just temporarily, we could provide the desired level of flexibility Microsoft needs to work on, replace, or remove inefficient data centers without disrupting the client processes that were running on those data centers. Dynamic process mitigation systems do exactly that. They reallocate processes that would ordinarily run on one database to other Microsoft regions or zones temporarily, freeing up data centers to be maintained or modified. The best part of our solution is how it can be integrated with data center scaling. We understand that by adding to data centers will always lead to more performance, but the opportunity lost by not upgrading also adds up over years. With our solution, we give Microsoft not only the ability to make their processes more efficient, but also continue to scale. The value of this is immediate. It gives Microsoft the ability to improve data centers more frequently and allows more efficient use of resources, as Microsoft can enhance single parts of data center architecture. It also allows for greater flexibility in data center loads. If an unexpected closure occurs with DPM, Microsoft can shift the load away from overloaded regions until things return to normal. So that's all. Our proposal aims to contribute to Microsoft's sustainability goals by tackling issues that impede Microsoft to achieve a greener future. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Have a nice day.